Assalamualaikum mbokk yi ñu ngi leen a nuyu di leen ziare di leen welcome to another episode of the Gambia Football Show. Today we wanna discuss about the recently ended camp of the Gambia team, and there are some infrastructural develop or discussions going on in the Gambia updates, and also we wanna look at the Gambian players playing abroad. But before we start, let me introduce my co-host, Coach Che. Waya ba nakam nak?
Ciao, maa ngi cool yaa ngeen ñëpp waaye am lomb di la ziar suñu audience bi di leen ne welcome to yet another episode of the Gambia Football Show brought to you by the Jollof Football Bantaba.
Yeah, exactly.
Assalamualaikum.
Yeah, yena ko diga. Again, before we start any discussion, this is the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel. If you are new around here, please consider helping us by subscribing to our channel. And if you like what we are doing, do not hesitate to hit that like button, and always hit the notification bell to make sure that anything we upload in relation to Gambian football or football in general, you will be the first to know. So, like I was saying, today we have basically three topics to discuss. The first one is about the camp. The Gambia was in camp in Morocco for 2 weeks during the international break. They played 3 games during this camp, lost a couple of them, won one. Of course, there are some positives, there are some negatives, so we will try to look at these positives and negatives. And then, because I think we have one more camp before the African Cup of Nations starts, so we want to see how successful this camp was. But yeah, and then we want to discuss about the update. There was a press release from the Gambia Football Federation about the infrastructural developments plan they have between 2018 2022, something like that, 4 years development plan. So we want to discuss about that plan. And finally, we want to look at the Gambian footballers playing abroad, how they are doing this weekend. Some have played already, some are yet to play. I think at this moment some are playing as well. Also, we will look at the female team who is in action against Liberia for African Cup of Nations qualifiers, the Gambia female team. So we will look at
Sierra
them
Leone, Sierra Leone.
against Sierra Leone. Sorry, in Monrovia. Yeah, they play Sierra Leone in Monrovia, Liberia. Yeah, so we will have a quick talk about them. So, but we will start with the camp, the Gambia squad, the main squad camp. They were in Morocco, where they played the first 2 games. We already reviewed or previewed those games. Yeah, we already had discussions about those games where we lost to Morocco 6-2, and we lost to Sierra Leone 2-1. But the South Sudan game, we haven't had time to discuss it yet. So, Coach, before we look at the general context of the camp, let's talk about the South Sudan game. Were you able to catch on that game? Did you watch it?
Waaw Chama jërëjëf si question bi dinaa ci sawar tontu bu baax a baax a baax waaw seetaan naa some part of the game because I was a bit tied up with some part in the first half and some part in the second half.
Yeah.
But I was very impressed. It was more like Gambia that we know. Because comme ni ko waxee rek Gambia ne bu ñu amoon biir tooke we played wonderful football. The team has identity. Everything
Yeah.
was fine. But this past campaign, between first game and second game, it was just disorganized. But luckily, gis nañ improvement. Say third game against South Sudan. Comme ni ma koy waxoon rek, I have no problem with losing a test game. The only problem moo am mooy ndax ñu ngi see jàngee. So gis naa ne gars yi tontu nañ ma. Xëy na scoreline bi reflected exactly game bi nu mu fa demee woon. Even the Sierra Leone game sax we created a lot of chances but we didn't capitalize on those chances. But
Yeah.
yet again, coming back to the South Sudan game, the boys played well. Fine, we scored 2 penalties from the main man himself, Hassan Cisse.
Yeah.
So what looking at important mooy play bi the pattern, the way they were playing, the way they were passing the ball around. At
Yeah.
least gis nañ improvement. So comme we need identity. Initially you all know that the coach is defensive. He's a defensive minded coach. But recently dafa change approach So that to me is a bit confusing to everyone. I don't know to him, but to everyone, all of us who are watching the game, we cannot tell you what Gambia are playing. So I think it's important for him to go back to his identity. Even though if he said, let me continue defending, we have no problem with that. Let us all know what he is playing.
Yeah.
The team
It's
should have an identity.
easy to know. Yeah. At least a
Yeah,
layman can watch the game and know, okay, this is the type of football this team is playing. But like you say, yeah, there was
yeah,
much improvement because I watched the first half. Unfortunately, I could not end the game. It was too late. I had to work on the Wednesday. It was on a Tuesday night in Japan, so I had to work on the Wednesday. So I did watch the first half, and I was really impressed. And especially about one particular player. I know most of them did well. I think Dabo did well in that game, but again he got a yellow card due to dissent, which is not nice. But one player I was particularly very impressed with was Yusufa Bob. I never knew about him. I didn't know much about him. I saw him in the first game against Sierra Leone. He came on in the second half. He was wearing a number two. So it was weird to see a number two coming into the midfield, playing as a midfielder. I know numbers does not matter much in football. But so gisee ku sol number two da fa ne Gary Neville la mi si right back bi di daw fofu non wala sa so ma gis number two Yusufa Bob xam nga
Fernando, Oscar Fernando, no tur la sol te ken da ko football time.
waaye no I know but xam nga soo gisee daf dee mun naa especially if you don't know the player you try to judge on
And
number
his
bu
height.
exactly ak nu mu gaatee exactly but when I watched him in the second game against South Sudan I was super impressed with him the way he was winning the balls in the middle the way he was like his passing was so astute he was switching the play he was making the ball roll and he was exceptional in that game. I watched the first half and yeah and after that too I went on Twitter and I saw some people talking about him in good light which means that he did well in the second half too, which I did not get to watch. Yeah, he was very impressive and what's his name, Seidi Janko Seidi too was very impressive in his two games he started. The first half he did a mistake in the first half which could have led to a goal, but fortunately somebody was there to cover him. But I've been very impressed with their performance. Yeah, I think there have been some positives I've seen in that game. The passing, you can see some team play. You can see the boys making some 10 passes together. They did it not once, not twice. They were doing it, so they were playing as a team. It was more of a team play than an individual performance compared to the first two games.
Degala Chama. King of the football.
Yeah,
Jaguar, you know, Jaguar. I'm very lucky to play with him and to also play against him.
yeah,
Wow, parce que man xam naa lu mun. Xam nga lu ñu all rounder.
yeah,
All rounder la. Leen rek laa gis ne play na ko sax waaye xëy na du dooleem bu baax mooy goalkeeper. Waaye any position si field daf ko dee play. Te ñaari tànk la.
yeah.
He's
Exactly.
aggressive. He's intelligent. He's comfortable on the ball. So su ploon halfback left mooy halfback right nga ne no kii halfback la su ploon central defense same thing as su ploon strike nga ne no. So man I know him personally because
Yeah.
comme na ko play naa ak moom against na mo I think if I can remember he scored me a goal benn nawetaan su sama score goal su ma jumul ba pare bokk nañ team Banjul United bi ñu ko form he was there ñi ñoo fa nekkoon after la def well la move them to Hawks.
Yeah.
But don't you know the explain history. But
Yeah.
just to tell you how good he is and how well I know him. So to many it's going to be a surprise, but to me it's not a surprise because I know him personally.
Yeah.
I know what he can do. And
Yeah.
what some will say he's playing in Serie C or blah blah blah. But come on, Degala, I'm going to to another level. But we all know that it one of our injuries. They're going to damn one nothing. Almost two scenes mu ngi dem MIA, so dafa damu métti loolu moo gën a delay his progression because we want Chievo.
Okay.
So he's a good player. He's a good player. Yeah.
Absolutely. I cannot agree more. I cannot agree more. So other than that, any positives you see from the camp as a whole, generally?
Well, I'm going to the boys respond against South Sudan, given that how powerful and how strong physical South Sudan were.
Yeah.
So it was a good tactical approach for them to be moving the ball around. Just as you said, they are making 10 touches, 10 passes, and so. So it was the only negative I saw was the goal conceded by say Siwi. I think that was a training ground routine save. He should just have cut the ball into lane, and the time was very very poor. I think it was in 86 or 88 minutes.
They considered the goal.
So
Yeah.
more time with as a goalkeeper, you have to be concentrating the whole 90 minutes
For the whole 90.
from minute one to minute 90.
Okay, that's
So that
nice.
was the
So
only negative I saw. To be honest.
okay, that's nice. I think we can move on to next topic, which is the press release, the Gambia Football Federation press release. Um, yeah, update on Gambia Football Federation infrastructural project. So I just extracted it from the official website, and I will just go through the first three paragraphs and then try to pinpoint some of the things. They say football infrastructure in the country is grossly inadequate and highly underdeveloped, which we all know. Quality infrastructure improves performance and competition, leading to the production of more quality players and teams, which is sine qua non. Basically, if not available, it is not possible to develop. In other words, it is against the backdrop that the federation committed itself into developing and improving on the existing football infrastructure in every region of the country, which is a key word. Every region, they say, which is very very key. Um, Region of the country as enshrined in our national development plan 2019 to 2022. Yeah. It is our desire to only develop the infrastructure, but to not only develop the infrastructure, but to ensure it is in line with modern football facilities that are capable of hosting both local and international matches. Yeah, in 2016, through the contract of agreed objective with the world governing body FIFA, approved the GFF's desire to use part of their development support of $2 million to develop football infrastructure in the
$2
Gambia.
million dollars.
$2 million, sorry, yeah, $2 million to develop football in infrastructure in the Gambia in phases. In regards, the GFF in its infrastructural plan wishes to partner with FIFA, government of the Gambia, local Gambian authorities, and private developers to improve the standard of football parks in the Gambia. Yeah, I think a few podcasts ago or a few shows we had before, you mentioned about the state of infrastructural, like in terms of pitches in the Gambia, like it's very very poor. Nawetan could not be held in, I think last year it was due to COVID, but this year because the pitches are not in good condition to host the Nawetans. Just like last season, the league games where almost everything was hosted by this stadium, which means we do not have enough infrastructure, or we don't have enough football fields in the Gambia for proper football, which is not good. So in light of that, I think this project is a very very important project for the country right now. Che, what do you think?
Yeah, mo reta do way. Yeah, mo li ay na hembula.
Wow.
Waaw. Bii moom dama war lu si nekk ñun ñoo fi nekk xam nañ what's going on.
Yeah.
Caama fédération bi na gaay bàyyi suñu xaalis bi ñoo lekka. Comme nu ko defee man I have nothing against anyone. I'm not hunting anyone. But things dafa war a transparent. Xaalis fi ñu la ko joxee ne pour lii la def ko fa. Bu ñu na yéen 2019 la gaay wax ba tey ban projet moo pare. Ban projet lañ gis ne dem na sax to phase one wala phase one da ko phase one complete na benn not a single one. Understand nga? Te Chama, come on. Man lu ma dee wax mooy fédération bi they have a role to play in this in infrastructural development. But the key players should be the government because ñoom moom land ñoom moom fields yi. Understand nga? So when lu ma dee wax there should be three panel ñoo xam ne ñoo war a work on development of these so-called facilities, which are one, the government, two, the federation, and three, the regions.
Yeah.
Understand nga? Three of those people, three of those communities, or so let's say, mbootaay daal ñoo war a liggéey together pour ensure ne seen facilities yi mu ngi dem accordingly. Because benn regions yi communities or committees yi dañ dee organise seen ñi nga am seen fii dañuy organise seen ay nawetaan seen ay yeneen sporting events. Understand? So ñooñu war nañoo mën a am something lu koy teg on the table. Because GFF is not their role pour ñoom ñu develop parks yi, but hence ñoom xaalis bu ñu ñëw request nañ for pour develop parks yi then automatically it's their role now because xaalis bi nañu ko jox because of that.
Put that, yeah.
te ñun we are paying 40 buttons for every call that you make to the levy fund going through the Ministry of Youth and Sports. te many Gambians don't know that. So loolu tamit government tamit dañu war a ñëw tamit indi ne ok projet bi 2 million la government ñu ngi wax ok ñun day 1 million mu ngi nii léegi GFF ñu ngi wax ñu indi nañ 700,000 or 750,000 dollars community or region ñu ngi indi nañ 250 so am nañ 2 million o ñu seet daal ni ñu ko stratégie daal ba nga xam ne daal nañ mun a liggéey together nga gis ne everything dafa transparent. But GFF bu ñu ñëw rek ne ñoom ñooy defal page ak yu noonu jox nañ ko contract nangam nga community sax lu si gay xam lu si gay am hand over caabi rek la si gay am. xamuñ sax what's going on xamuñ contract bi kan la ak naka la dañoo diggee ki leen ko jox rek so mooy loolu. teg si caama secondly yow yaa ngi joxe contract depuis 2019 nga ñëw dismantle fii dafa yaa fii jàmm ba tey fii mu tapp rek nga toog naan ne xaalis amul te yow you went publicly on TV. mu ngi si internet mu ngi si papers yi nga ne projet nangam nga sign yëpp jox ko contrat yi ne ko nangam post fii si jàngul sa contrat kenn liggéeyatu lu xew ni nga fii seen xaalis soo la jëlee GFF yi lu ñu wax Ibu Faye moom he is bold enough because man dama ko respect because of moom am na di fit di ak audacity pour génne ne it was a total failure on our side bu lu rek doyut lan moo cause failure bi because the money was there.
Exactly.
mu ni xaalis fan la dem te the man responsible for all these projects is the first vice president Bakary Jammeh. He's nowhere to be seen or heard. Media bi ku ne encore try but
kenn xamul fu mu nekk.
Wow, I think he needs to come out
and explain to the public. I think that is the problem we have in the Gambia. I think we have this problem in Gambia where something is not going and then nobody is going to take the responsibility to come out and like I think we had this issue last time when the president called them and then we did not know what was going on. Before anybody reacted or said something about it, it has to xam nga fekk nit yi def nañ seen rumors ñooy Gambia dafa bari wax bu sew so it's important soo nekkee si dara saxal yaa ngi si alali mbooloo nga génn si wax nit yi naka la affaire bi nekk di demee but yeah it's important nga def loolu noonu. So what can you get from their statement now? What can you extract from the statement they just made, the GFF?
Well, xam nga Chama, you cannot hold them accountable because of everything on paper. But one for sure, I have information, clear source. That some of those figures that the guy differ are bogus. Completely false. You not guarantee because you also go in figures. How much is the muna assume because money lampai 2.9 million, 3 million. 8 how much 6 lampa. Lolo, come on, hell munu ko but how much evidence? Parce que lola guy wa.
Wow.
But dama assume but I'm not contract su guy joxe. I know kuñ ko jox personally. Onosanga. The xaalis bu guy lolo guy jox dañ fa add another extra 1.2 million ci statement. But lu guy jox ko lu guy release is completely different. Dañ fa add very extra 1.2 million. I have a moment of the discourse can.
Well, bana ñun daal ñu lifin rek.
Nañu dimbale suñu xaalis bi.
ñu dugal ko
football.
You dugal ko ci football.
Simple.
Yeah, we can say that.
Guy gina transfer wane ne li lañ liggéey nga gis ne coow du am wala coow si am sax ci leer na mu ngi nii simple
waaw suma waay tey say nga waaye mu ngi cool calm down.
non dafa leen naxari càmm mënu maa ji alali mbooloo yëpp xam
nga
nga
waaw
ne sax ban nit la gars yi am keroog Gomes sport file mu doon wax loolu xam nga mu ngi ay nit yu tekkiwul dara te fu ñu dem ñu cëral leen ku ñu say $10 ñu téye ko du ko boo ko rey ku ñëw jël ay millions anosan ñu ko célébré su ñëwee ñu ko jot tugg si ñoo si jumaa yi aussi jaaka yi ñu ko teg si kanami sàppe yi
waaw rafetul moom we need a bit of clarity and a bit of
jub
yeah
ba pare li nga bëgg nga xam li nga def nga xam ko pare bugga ko you have to be passionate about what you are doing
affaire la daal
nañ ko déglu parce que man lii su ma ko sama dama day mer
da ngaa mer waaw kon aca ñu move to the female team. No, before we move to the female team, let's talk about Matan Boch, the under 20, the coach who took the under 20 to the that was third place, right? In where was that competition held again? Yeah, Matan Boch, Mauritania, exactly. Mauritania or Mauritania, balasi. You're gonna do more of Mauritania. Waaye loolu moo correct
Mauritania yëpp yàlla
waaw baax na yeah Mauritania so they finished third in that competition and he was the manager. Now he is the new president of the Gambia Football Coaches Association, GFCA, right? Yeah, so ci lan nga ñu mën a wax about Matar?
Wow, first of all dama ko njëkk a congrats di ko ne deserve na ko parce que we all know Matar is a football man. Matar life ñu football ba am nga su ma waxee ak jabaram sax seeni who is ku baax ku laa biir moom suñu waay la waaye ñëpp la am nga loolu ne ana Matar mu ngi la hee kooku bind na si computer bi moom football rek am nga so that shows you ne how passionate he is am nga si game bi am nga given boo fekkee nga xoolaat track record tam he is very good. Matar win na ñaari woofu in Liberia and also in Senegal. Then mu demaat this CAF under 20 championship bi gis nañ li mu def gis nañ fa woon booy am nañ third position they won the bronze medal. So I can say he is the most successful under 20 coach that we have. So he is in the history books. Coming back to the coaches, Gambia Football Coaches Association, newly elected president.
Yeah.
I think he went unopposed because Paswarefe has been there for the past 17 years.
Yeah.
And the association has been in existence for like 20 years now. So I was even surprised. More Paswarefe like not more the whole press conference with when the Gam overnight press conference, he has been there for the past 17 years. So enough is enough. So there will be a change, and there should be a change. So we are hoping like Matar can initiate new things for the Gambia coaches. But I'm also part of them. I'm just as you know, I'm a C license holder. So we wish him all the best. I'm glad to tell him, boss, welcome. Wish you all the best.
Yeah, congratulations, Matar, and we wish you all the best on your new endeavor of being the president of the Coaches Association. Hopefully, you can bring new ideas that will help elevate the level of coaching in the Gambia. Sure. So, before we go into the updates or the weekly updates of the Gambian players, let's look at the Queen's Scorpion, the female Scorpions. They are now currently in Monrovia in preparation of their game with Sierra Leone for the African Cup of Nations, right? Female African Cup of Nations. Last week we saw the qualifiers there. Last week we saw the under 20 in the World Cup qualifiers, winning against, overturning a big result from 1-0 down to winning 1-0 away and then winning on penalties. So Gambian female football now is, Gambia football league was very, very not existent. You don't even see a female Kujogdi play. It was so. I know it has not get to a point where we have to be happy. The ega good point when you're happy, but the progress they are making in terms of football, I think Jarna recognize that. So what do you have to say for the female squad going play in Sierra Leone this again in Monrovia?
Wow, Chama, Balama, you see their preparation towards going to Montreal to play against Sierra Leone. Yang
Yeah.
lalu am solo. Recently, nga Gambian female football community academy right now.
Yeah.
If you have been following Gambian football, especially female football, they have been having so many trainings recently. They have been in experts who train women coaches, women football, hamba. And also female coaches, ñu ngi invest seen bopp pare ñu ngi xam nga comme ñu ngi am this capacity building programs ak yooyu noonu but all thanks to the technical director ñu su ma waxee ñi dañoo foog ne dama bias because of man Hawks laa nekk ak yooyu no but I'm being honest here.
Yeah, of course.
The only person or one of the only person who I recommend is doing a very good job at the federation level is the technical director.
Yeah.
Mr. Sam John Dong. He's doing extremely wonders because every year training for coaches, capacity building programs for coaches, referees, and also even medical personnel are doing for trainings. Every year, goalkeeper trainers likewise. Even fitness trainers also. They are also going. They have been also going for capacity building programs.
Wow.
So all those things, so good they prioritize jigéen dañ dee make sure ne jigéen ñi ñu nekk si female league bi ak coach yi nekk si female league bi ak jigéen ñi seen booba yëpp dañ leen a involve fully. Understand? So loolu tamit it has an impact to the way the female football is developing. Yeah. Coming back to the preparation, they have been preparing for the past 9 weeks according to the coach Bom. And we are also taking this opportunity to wish her good luck. She and her technical staff. His now small boss Adama is the goalkeeper trainer. Aksmoniki, Omar Cham, Mr. Nameti, and my cousin also is there, Alaji Nyasi, and one of my mentors, Abdullah Bojan. So the under 17 coach. So pretty much the setup is very good, especially the technical side. Then again, preparation was good. I have been following them. One of our members, Fadabo, is also a key player. He's also one of the senior players in the team. So they have been preparing very well. Physically, the way I saw them, I think they are ready. Mentally, they are also ready. But dafa am lu ma xaw a jaaxal ak caama.
Waaw mooy lan.
Mooy man démb ak tey daal seen pictures ma gis daal ñi ngi lekk rek mbaa duñ ko baax.
Waaw Facebook maa ngi jëmee Facebook gars yi ngeen lunch breakfast waaye
waaw
maybe affaire la.
taw yaa ngi fees step.
Taw yaa ngi fees.
am nga mu ngi smile.
na ngay de
lekk ba diggante ay DC.
na ngay dem ndànk de na ngay dem ndànk.
waaye on a high note daal ñu ngi wish guys good luck, wish them all the best. Samba they can do it. The Queens, I know they can do it. Samba because team bank for players Samba because players fa nekk ñun comme ñoo koy rek we have been most of them we have been nominated Samba recently the recent award night bu passé ni Samba. So they have very, very good players. The leading goal scorer is there, Catherine Diata. Maybe the only one missing is Adama Tamba, who is in France.
Yeah.
Because come on, she's Adama Tamba. Could score better than 50 goals.
50 goals. She's the only absentee. Hopefully, the guys can do it, or the Queens can do it, and then Adama can join them next time. Hopefully, because now he is in France. I think he just signed a contract like a month or two ago, so maybe that is the reason why she could not make it, as the first Gambian female player to play abroad. I think that's not going to be an easy feat, so they need to give him the like enough time to get properly settled in France. But all the best to the Queens. Hopefully,
because I think Lyon is the biggest team in France when it comes to female football.
Definitely. Yeah, all the best to them. All the best to the female team, and we will be keeping an eye on them. So, girls, go and bring that victory back home, guys.
Call them girls,
Queens. Okay, our Queens is a new victory with Gambia back to the country. Then coach, you then finally to the weekly update. Gambian players playing abroad. Of course, it was the international week, so some of them have not played their league games yet, but some of them had played yesterday ku mel ni suñ boy bi Assane Cissé léegi suñ boy bi laa ko wax du ma ko wax sa boy bi loolu tey man tam jël naa ko moom naa ko manit Assane Cissé mi ngi continuer rek yesterday he scored again. Yeah. Well, Aleli Gambia, Aleli Mbolo. Yesterday he played again. They played against. They won 1-0, and he was the scorer of the goal against Lugano. Yeah, Lugano. So he scored 1-0 again. So that means since I think like in his last 5 starts, he has scored in each of his 5. He's acting like a Salah right now, you know. Bana. Yeah. Why suñ boy mi ngi si kaw right now 8 goals, 5 assists. Currently second in both leaderboards in Swiss. So he's on fire, man. He's on fire. And when he came to the Scorpion, he scored 3 goals during the international break, which can only boost his confidence. Boy, lo yo kasa boy bi.
Waaw mun na la wane like soo ko xayma altogether score na 8 goals in his last 4 games.
Yeah.
For both club and country. Which is very impressive. So asal moom def na yëfi asan rek tey suba sax maa ngi doon chat ak moom.
Waaw
di ko because dafa gis suñu financial report bi so mu nekk di ma congratulate what you guys are doing is very good xam nga ngeen transparent bi so si lañ ko wax rek congrats mu ne ñu ngi try daal mu ne ko daal all the best continuer rek ñu ngi laa ñaanal so he is very happy xam nga moom mu ngi whatever he's doing it for the nation. So as far as the nation is proud mu dafa gën a work hard to gën a put ensure like he always raise the Gambian flag higher.
Yeah. Na moom kay star la su star la moom say na continuer lu moo def noonu la. Next we have Jamano. Nga ne Jamano mooy sa star he yesterday they were mi ngi score goal bu garaaw boy how woon la goal bi boy.
Waaw
goal bi Jamano goal la how ma Messi goal la duma ko woowee Messi goal this is a Jamano goal dribble from his own half xam nga and then finish off the goal. No superstar la Jamano star la and he had a very good training camp. He had a couple of good games. He won the penalty that Asante scored in the game against South Sudan. I saw that one. Yeah, and he was very impressive in that game too. Now he's continuing. Of course, they lost the game 3-2. Unfortunately, this goal does not deserve to lose a game. You know, the goal was too good to lose a game, but that was the unfortunate circumstance. But 2 goals in 2 games for his club. What do you make of him?
The only thing li ma loo xam ne bëgg naa ko mu passé ko fi rek mooy mu toj ligue su mag yi comme France mu dewal France boobu externe contrat am bi with Met so xam nga ni moo play Belgium na try su ñëwee France mu gën koo def rek xam nga because jamono moom léegi nu mu dee play ku ko xam di xam ne fu moo play moom weesu na level moo play right now honest jamono waroon naa ñëw si Premiership bi fu ñoom laxabaw di play nii yëpp ñoom yëpp xam nga bëgguma discriminer but comme jamono moom mooy loolu daal Gambie daal moom after Hamza man dama ko def after Hamza moom la football after Hamza moom
after Hamza bari waaw Hamza sax moom sax ñu ngi ko coow mi ngi door di daw di door maa ngi gis pictures am yi mi ngi door di train he's kicking ball again but I don't know if it will be enough for him to be ready for the African Cup of Nations. I wish he was there, but I don't think so. Yeah,
he's the only missing puzzle in our team.
Absolutely. But we hope, let's just wish him luck with his rehabilitation because now he's kicking ball. So he has 3 months or 2 months, something like that, to prepare for the African Cup of Nations. If he can be fit for the tournament. Of course, I want him to go, but of course, it's not realistic considering the long-term injury that he had. So let's just wish him well. And
83 days.
Yeah, 83 days. That is just less than 3 months, right?
And
another player who was nursing injury, but he's back recently, Ali Sow. This is his 4th game, and this is his 1st goal of the season. I saw that. They also lost their game, but it is good to see him now kicking. You know, he has been absent for a while. It's good to see him on the pitch again, scoring goals again. What do you make of Ali?
Ali moom Salah moom loolu moom score moom dooleem xam nga the only problème bu ñëpp day am ak Ali rek or su du Ali sax comme dañu ñëpp mënut a understand mooy why diñ ko dee oo
Yeah.
loolu mooy suñu main problème because ñëpp xam nañ ne striker yi nekk si dëkk bi yëpp moom mooy play moom mooy level moo play mu gën a high ñëpp seen level parce que ngay play si Russian League bi Russian League bi moo gën a high Swiss League bu Assane Seye nekk although nekkuma di try pour compare leen or pour wane kii moom mun kele moom mun I'm just saying how it is am nga so am nga the last game he played here definitely was terrible I have to be honest he was terrible
Yeah.
man that is a dama tiit because dafa pedal sa daan or dem ba si arbol bi pass ball bi out so it was
not a good game.
man that did that but so how man why but I think that he deserves to be given another chance he deserves it
but he was out injured. But you also have to consider that he was out injured. He's just back recently. So let's say this recent camp, I don't think he was ready for that one because of the injury record.
Yeah, man. This recent camp, d'accord na. Ali mo nekk di score, di jël leading goal scorer in is it Bulgaria?
Wow.
But league la I think it's around Bulgaria also.
Wow. We can confirm that later. No problem.
Last in this course Europa League. Ñu ko gis ko bi du ko dee jël.
Yeah, but
if you can go with Ali Sow, Assane Cissé, Dembo Dabo, and Badamosi, four yi nekk suñu main striker. Sëñ bi waxuma ne waxuma ne ñëwin coordination de but that those four will be handful for defenders.
Mbado, that's right. But see, Sawa Yage wa Dembo Dabo. Of course, he made his debut for the Gambia in the recent game against what is Sierra Leone. The second game against Sudan, he did not make the game because he had to go. I think they had agreement with his team. That's what the coach said. So he had to travel back early. So unfortunately, we could not use him for the second game. But he played in the second half. I have to say I was not very impressed with his game, but maybe it's because of the time he came into the game and the way the team was playing by that time. But I was not really impressed with his performance in that game, his debut. What do you have to say?
What Chama, because of things given on them, but look at the effort that he was trying.
Yeah.
So I guess mu try pour forcer dara mu am na fa chance again ni Bonasco against Sierra Leone nga gis na like am nga because of time ko may amul drive ko gay may bariwul am nga he was trying to impress he was am nga rek yaa ma gën a xam ñu playing football so duggee nga bëgg a impress bu ko wane ne yaa fi nekk am nga so at least mu ngi def effort pour mun a wane boppam but time may ko but nonetheless xam nga I think next camp bi war nañ ko gën a may time at least mu start sax am nga gën a xool lu mu
absolutely
well, I'm not doing it's a force.
Okay.
Not to be reckoned with.
Yeah, that's right. Do we have any other Gambians who played this weekend? You know, Calgary against Sampdoria, they just finished the game just now. Sampdoria lost the game 3-1. Captain Coley was playing. He started the game, but unfortunately, they were not able to win that one. And Bologna, they are gonna play from 10. That is starting in next 30 minutes. 10 in Japan time, not Gambian time. So this will start in 30 minutes. The Roma, they play tomorrow. Against Juve. Yeah, that is today. That is tonight. Okay, that's tomorrow for me, right? Sorry. Yeah, they play tonight against Juve. That's gonna be a big game. Hopefully, Dabo will have one of his tests. One of the big game tests for the first time, because I don't think he started against the big teams yet. So that will be a good one. And also, yaa ngi wax affaire yi Ali maa ngi xelaat affaire yi use tamit lu tax du dee nekk si team yi man tam loolu daf ma jaaxal use tamit ngay play xam nga wax nga fi ne mi ngay play high level. He's playing in Portugal, one of the in the top Portuguese league. They are currently 8th position, Boa Vista, in the Portuguese league, and he's playing regularly in that team. And last time Assane Cissé scored, he mimicked his celebration, and that kind of indicated something. What did you make of that Assane Cissé celebration, by the way? when he scored, he mimicked
wala su
the
wala bi
wow.
ah loolu mënuma la seewal lu bëri because xamul lu mu def ko xëy na tamit lu xew la oo xëy na xam nga day yëfi waa Banjul la moom mooy use waa Banjul de ñoom yëpp morom lañ xam nga
Yeah.
so mooy loolu daal so I know they have good relationship but nonetheless yaa ngi wax lu important ne use ak yooyu noonu da loo gis loolu ñu oo ko last camp bi I think he was there he was called up last camp in Turkey he was there.
No, but the last two camps, that was the last camp. Yeah.
Yeah, he had an issue with the coach, but that was resolved. So he was called back. But last last camp, I don't know why.
Yeah, last 2 years, because Bugai, the cancelled one, he was not called, and this one he was not called, and he has been playing regularly in his team. He's scoring goals. He's captaining the team sometimes, so he's an important player for that team in a very top league. So it baffles me why he's not in the team. And finally, ñu wax ak suñu waa ji naka la Seka Barrow. He came on into the team last time. I know he's not playing in his team. I was just checking their game. They were playing just before we started. Jobung Motos, that is the South Korean team. He's not in the squad these days. He's not in the team. He wanted to leave that team in the last transfer window, but he could not leave. So I don't know what he is doing now. And he is in the squad. I don't have problem with players being called if they come and have an impact. But if a player is not playing at all, why is he in the squad? I don't know.
Only Tom can answer that question.
Yeah.
Tom daal mooy Thompson.
Thompson fit. Tom kay answer suñu question yi kon. War nañ ko invite di podcast bi mu ñëw toog. You invite ka?
ak fédération bi si boppam ñoom yëpp nañ try top distance national league bi.
waaw
boo na ko di already is part of his mandate pour mu promote the national players play in the national league.
Yeah.
Because we have good players that are playing here.
Yeah, that's true.
Because when it comes to goalkeeping, all these goalkeepers that we have in our squad are playing in lower leagues. We have to be realistic.
Yeah.
So before taking all those players playing in the lower leagues, why can't you take our players our goalkeeper play in the first league? Sorry, in the first division. Especially when he's the goalkeeper of under 23, right behind the national team setup. Koko should be promoted.
Yeah.
Muy Ibrahima Jaaju Stek, goalkeeper he's the captain of Real Banjul. He's the best goalkeeper in the country. You all know that. Goalkeeper guy jël nii kenn mënu kenn daa ko si poste. I have to be honest with you. Kenn daa ko si poste.
Kenn daa ko
He's comfortable on the ball. He's comfortable on the ball. He's tall. He's just like Mendy. Te moo tax Mendy ball sax.
Sa waa ji Mendy. No, I agree with you. So moom daal dafa mel ni kañ la ñu Gambia.
Fédération leen ko jox daal moom tamit ñoom tamit ñu pass message to him.
Yeah, dafa war a ñëw si Gambian League bi moom. How often is it in the country? How often is it in the country?
7 to 8 games, but musuma ko gis moo tax demoon si benn paak di ka fa ne yàlla.
Yeah, te yow yaa ngi si paak yi all the time. Yeah, you should. Yeah. Te neex naa ràññee Gambia su fekkee borom der bu weex bi su duggee foofu noonu nañ ko gis ne xam kii daal nekk suñu.
ñaari lefam.
Mbadu. Yeah boy, mais waaye waxtaan bi neex na boy trop waxtaan bi neex na waaye time bi mu ñu ko bugg a xañ xam nga fu mu nekk nii I think we have already exhausted the 30 minutes that we wanted to limit ourselves to. So before we close, do you have any final words for the audience?
waaw comme mën na woon fa woon rek ñu ko dee waxee rek nañ try ñu subscribe xam nga di view suñu vidéo boo subscribe mu ngi naan is bi gars yi mun koo view then gars yi hit notification bell saa yu vidéo dugal nañ ko mun a because comme ni nga waxee what we are doing is for the Gambia ba pare tamit di wish again the female team the Queens good luck all the best to them we wish them well and also once again saying good luck to Matar Mbodj.
Yeah, man.
Wassalam.
Yeah, wassalam guys. Yéen a ko dégg ko ci wax na yëpp. So like we say, if you are new around, consider hitting that subscribe button, and if you like what we do, even if you don't like it, just hit that notification bell. It helps us a lot. just hit that like button rather. It helps us a lot, and the notification bell will always help you get first access to whatever we post in our YouTube channel, guys. So yeah, on behalf of Coach K and myself, I would like to say have a good day, guys. Goodbye.